What's good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in the building with another banger, man. So first things first, before we go ahead and get started, thank you God for another day and opportunity. Thank y'all, the Rich Gang family, and man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Now, anybody who wants to join the Rich Gang family, all you gotta go ahead and do is be sure to turn on post notifications because I'm uploading every single day, and hit that like button, y'all. Let's go ahead and get 50 likes on this video. I would appreciate it if we can go ahead and reach that goal. But as you can see by the looks of the title and the screen today, I am bringing y'all the best Catfish build in all of 2K on current gen. So this build is going to be coming out to a two-way slasher, and I'm actually bringing y'all two different versions today on how to make this build. So with the pie chart, you're going to pick the one with the finishing and the shooting, but a little bit more finishing. When it comes down to what we're going to be looking like for the physical profile, you have two options to pick from here for both versions of the build. If you want the maximum speed, go with the very first one. But if you want to go ahead and be balanced all around, I would highly recommend picking the pie chart when it comes down to the physicals with an 80 speed, 80 acceleration, and an 84 vertical. Now, once we go ahead and get a little bit further into the breakdown of this build, you're really going to see what both versions are going to be able to do. So with the first version that I'm going to be bringing to y'all today, this one is more of a well-rounded type of build. When it comes down to the offensive end, more so, but definitely if you decide to make the defensive version of this build, I promise you everything is really going to work out in your favor on both ends of the floor. So as you can see, with this one, I'm going to go with an 88 close shot, 91 driving layup, 81 driving dunk, and then from there, to make the version that is more overpowered on the offensive end, upgrade your standing dunk to a 73, 86 for the post hook, and then that's going to bring us up to a total of 22 finishing badges. Now, once we go ahead and take it into the playmaking, go with the 78 pass accuracy, max out your ball handle, and go with the 57 post control, and we're going to be able to get 16 playmaking badges. The rest of the way, max out your perimeter defense as well as your lateral quickness, and this is what the first version of this build is going to be looking like. Super toxic on the offensive end, but consider if you have grinded out all 7 seasons, you're going to be able to add extra badges towards this build, which means you will have the potential of getting 8 defensive badges. Now, for my liking, I would highly recommend, if you want to be more of a well-balanced build, go ahead and make the second version that I'm bringing to y'all right now. So as you can see, the finishing is going to remain 88 close shot, 91 driving layup, and an 81 driving dunk. Do not touch anything when it comes down to the shooting. Drop down that post control. Go with the 77 pass accuracy. And as you can see, yes, we get 13 playmaking badges, but once we do upgrade our steal as well as our defensive rebound, that's going to bring us up to a total of 6 defensive badges. Now, for the body shape, if you want to take up the most space on defense, choose between burly as well as built. But if you want to make more of a Michael Jordan type build, I would go with defined. Now, when it comes to the breakdown of the height, you got to be very specific with which one that you do decide to pick. And the only reason why I say that is because you're going to risk changing the build name. So I'm going to leave it at 6'5". When it comes down to the weight, I tend to drop it down to the lowest, then raise it back up to where I see that it does not affect any of our physicals, as well as anything that is going to affect us in our main stats. Now, as for the wingspan, you definitely want to go ahead and max this out. Now, the reason why I say that is because we are still going to have the potential to unlock pro dribble moves once you grind this build out. Also, on top of all that, consider the contact dunks that we're getting, and with the takeover, you're going to be able to get a +10 towards any area of this build, depending on which takeover that you do decide to run with. So I can also say, consider the 99 overall +4 towards our stats, as well as the gym rat badge, and essentially you will have a 90 speed, 90 acceleration, and a 92 vertical. However, if you want to go ahead and change it to where you get the maximum speed, you're going to be somewhere around a 95, but honestly, you take a huge hit towards our vertical, and that is something that I do not want happening. So look, we get the slashing takeover, shot creating, playmaking, and the lockdown defender. whichever takeover you decide to pick, make sure that you remember you're getting a plus 10 put towards this area of the build in activated takeover. So for my liking, I would definitely have to say I'm going to pick between the lockdown as well as the shot creating to get that shooting boost, but as well as be able to break ankles at ease. That's just basing it off of my preference, but I would have to say if you want to be more of a comp toxic build, pick the lockdown defender takeover. Now you have multiple options to get from, but I'm telling you, as long as you feel happy with the setup that you choose, I promise you this is definitely going to be the build that you're going to have the most fun with because of the versatility that it comes with. So just know, whichever takeover you pick, base it off your own playstyle. And as you can see, together we were able to create the one and only Catfish two-way finisher build. Now, why am I calling this build a Catfish? We are able to hit from limitless range, get contact dunks, play elite defense, and still have the ability to get pro dribble moves unlocked. Now, if you do decide to pick any other takeover, the same is going to apply. But when it comes down to what this build is going to be looking like at its maximum full potential, consider grinding this build out to 99, plus 4, buying your own boost, another plus 4, then running with teammates that do have floor general and defensive leader on, another plus 4 if it's on Hall of Fame or whatever tier that they do keep it on. Now, that's already a plus 12 without the lockdown defender or the shot creating takeover added to this build. So whichever way you decided to make this build, already off rip, add a plus 12 for its max potential. But with the lockdown defender or the shot creating takeover, we are able to add a total of plus 22 inside of takeover. So if you feel like making your own adjustments, I'm telling you, go ahead and do it now since we have already created the build together. But what this build is going to be able to do on both ends of the floor is easily making it one of the best, if not the best, all-around build to use when it comes down to current gen. Now, some of y'all are still here watching and you have not hit that like button yet. So what I need y'all to do, for those of you who have not, hit that like button and comment down below right now. Where are you tuning in from today? Now, the very last thing that we got to go ahead and do is get into the breakdown of what we're going to be looking like for the badges. Now, when it comes down to the defensive end, remember, we do have the potential to get an extra 7 badges. So you can add it to this category of the build or any other area. But when it comes down to what I'm going to put on for the defensive badges, I'm going to go with Silver Intimidator, clamps, as well as rim protector, and you can definitely make your own adjustments to this build as you like. Once we go ahead and get into the playmaking, we get a total of 13 badges here, which makes it all around a better build to work with. So for my liking, when it comes down to the playmaking badges, I really like to run, of course, you want to throw on handles for days. From there, quick first step is also going to be a very important badge to put on. Now, we have 7 more remaining upgrades. There's 2 more badges that I feel like you cannot run with unless you know something that I don't. But I'm going to go with Hyperdrive as well as Quick Chain, both on gold. So a total of 4 gold badges so far, and we have 1 more remaining. So you can go with Bailout on bronze or Unpluckable. Really comes down to the way that you see it fit for yourself. Now, let's go ahead and take it into the finishing. For this area, actually my favorite part of this build, Hall of Fame finishing badges. So what I'm going to go with is going to be Limitless Takeoff as well as Posterizer, both on Hall of Fame. Now, another badge that I really like to run is going to be Fearless Finisher. Normally, I would go with the Hall of Fame category, but just to spread the wealth, I'm going to go with Bronze and then leave on Slithery Finisher for that final Hall of Fame category. Now, if you want to spread the wealth, you can go with 2 extra bronze badges or upgrade Fearless Finisher to gold. But let's go ahead and close it out with the shooting badges. I'm going to go ahead and get started with the most important out of them all, and that's going to be Hot Zone Hunter on gold as well as Sniper. Now, with the remaining 15, do as you please and base everything off what you feel comfortable and is going to be best for your particular playstyle. For my liking, I'm going to run Deadeye as well as Blinders, both on gold. And if you follow the way with going only gold badges, you're going to be able to get 3 more. But when it comes down to it, I do like to spread the wealth. So what I'm going to do is go with bronze volume shooter, gold difficult shots, silver catch and shoot and corner specialist. But if you want to, you can end it off with gold green machine. And this is the setup that we're going to be running with. 15 finishing badges, 21 shooting, 13 playmaking with a total of 6 defensive. Again, if you made it to the end, man, thank you. Thank you, God, and I appreciate y'all. But man, y'all already know what y'all need to do. Be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. To join the Rich Gang family, be sure to go ahead and turn on post notifications. Hit that like button. Let's go ahead and get 50 likes. And last but not least, go ahead and comment down below. Where did you tune in from today? Out of which state? And with all that being said, thank you, God. Thank y'all. And Rich out.